Hey, I'm Midnight. I offer free coaching. If you want free coaching, all you have to do is join the Discord, link in the description, go to the Match ID channel, comment the match ID of a ranked game along with the character you played and your rank, and then enter one of the daily raffles to be featured in the next day's video. Today we are reviewing a Dynamo. This isn't a ranked game, but he said that he thought there was a lot to learn from. It is a shorter game and a sweep, but as long as if you're submitting a VOD, if you think there's a lot to learn from, that's perfect. But this video will probably be shorter because the last probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, this won't be as reviewable since they probably will just be so fed it doesn't matter. But I'd love to especially focus on the early game, and I like coaching Dynamos. I think I actually play a bit of Dynamo, not too much. I probably only have like, I don't know, 20 games on the hero, but I do actually really like playing him, so I enjoy coaching him. He's very fun, and you know, he's one of the characters where you can just get one ult and win the game for your entire team. Okay, so we are Dynamo Mirage into Paradox Ray. This is, I mean, obviously Mirage has a pretty strong lane presence. He's one of the strongest laners right now. And Dynamo with his knockup, with Mirage Tornado, I think we can get a decent amount of kills, especially pre-Paradox ult, but we'll see what happens. I like, that's an unfortunate miss. I do like focusing on the wave. I like going for that kick, even though we did miss it. I think it's fine. I would also go for that minion and lose it. It's a minor thing, and like I said, I would miss it too, but this will kind of come with time, knowing like how the soul orbs will like stray away from minions. But like I said, I will 100% also do the exact same thing and miss that orb, so it's a bit unfortunate. Let's see. We're playing a bit aggressive right now. We want the melee. We don't really get that punished, but right now our kick is on cooldown. To be fair, Mo did use Scorn, but I think if they really like know your kick is on cooldown and you go for a melee like that, they can punish you pretty hard. You don't get punished, but it is very aggressive when your kick is on cooldown. I would keep that in mind. I mean, this is good poke though. You have this guy pretty low right now. Doing a good job hitting wave. We're a little eager with the reloads, but I don't mind it too much right now. We hear okay, so we hear Paradox charge her kinetic pulse, kinetic gun, I don't know, kinetic pulse I think it's called. We hear her charge it, so what we should be doing right now is tucking. I think you're playing perfectly. Yep, you're playing around the Rosie. I like, that's very aggressive. I like it, just dashing and kicking her. If you knew that the pulse is about to expire, that's great. If you just kind of went in because you were afraid, I would say it's better to keep ring around the Rosieing. But if you know her timing on that pulse, you know it's just about to expire, that's great. We get our ability. Okay, so we stopped moving to level our ability, and that makes me think you're hitting tab and clicking on the ability. I could be incorrect, but what you really want to get in the habit of is control. I think it's control by default. Whatever the hotkey is, it might be shift, but anyway, or alt, it might be alt, I don't know. But clicking and then clicking the ability key, like control E to like level this, and then sorry, my keys mount differently. Maybe control 2 for you, and then control 1 to put a point in kinetic pulse, so that way you don't have to stop. And also, say you're in this fight and you're not playing Dynamo, or say they jump you and you want this quantum entanglement immediately, it's really bad if you have to like walk away, be hitting tab and clicking this. But if you can just control 2 and then immediately 2 out, it's a lot quicker. So a great habit to get in is using your control keys to level. Again, I think it's control by default, but I'm not 1000% sure. I might have rebound. Using your control keys to level instead of clicking. Again, like relatively minor thing, but that is a great habit to cement because it is something that can really grief you if you get in high elo. We're going out following our Mirage. I like this. Good melee cancel. I love that punish. We are going in without kick up. I think, judging by the way you looked to the left and kind of backed up, I think you thought you had kick up. So a little awareness to the fact that we don't have kick up, but I do like that. Like, we see that they're gonna go. We see that they like want those minions, and we're just like, we're gonna push in. We have Mirage supporting us. I like that. Very aggressive though, but it's not. I'm curious how you would play. This is too aggressive. Yeah, you just took like 200 damage to that tower, and your Mirage also took a lot. See, now you're in a negative spot in this laning position. That roll was like too aggressive at that point. You don't want to be touching tower unless you know you have the kill, or if your Mirage is with you. But I mean, I'm sure you know that was a little aggressive. Right now we should, yeah, or a little. I mean, right there, how much? I think we reloaded for what, 1 bullet? So again, sorry, I'm hyper pausy. I think we literally reloaded for, oh my god, did I get pushed to a random point in the VOD? Oh my god. So the buttons aren't working, that's fun. Perfect, I got the right point. Well, yeah, we literally reload for 1 bullet right here, and we're missing so much damage on this Moan Krill. So I would say you are very overeager with your reloads. I would definitely tone down the reloading, because this is like a bad amount of damage to lose. We start shooting him now. also something I want to touch on. Actually, I'll touch on it after this fight. Okay, looks like we're backing off. Okay. Like I said, I played Dynamo. You might have misclicked, but I do think it's better to level Rejuvenating Aura second because you're not really going to get that much value out of your Quantum Entanglement unless you're like, I mean, maybe if you're in a lane with like Bebop, and you want to like dodge his bombs, I understand that. But in this lane where you're against Krill Paradox, you aren't really going to dodge much with this entanglement, especially this early. Later, if you get when Paradox has ult, you can dodge her ult with entanglement. Like if you don't know, when you get stunned, you can just touch the ult button, and you will still like your E will or your 2 will still go off, even though you are stunned. So then it's good. But I would say early in this lane, Rejuvenating Aura is a lot better, especially because even right now you could heal your Mirage, which he's gonna die. I don't like how he's playing hyper aggressive. He buys healing right? Very common mistake I see in low elo. He needs to buy this isn't even really low elo. What is this? I guess this is unranked. But yeah, you were higher ranked than me. So never mind. Maybe I should call this low elo. I would say though, we need to be buying. Like I hope you buy healing right here. Both of you, I guess you are high enough HP that I could see a justification for extra regen or restorative shot, but you need to be buying a healing item at the very least, and he needs to be buying healing right. Let's see. What do you buy? Okay, I understand that. I might personally go for healing right because honestly, and this is a thing, depends how much of a team player I am, but you are obviously a Dynamo, so you're a pretty supportive character. I would say the play is you buy healing right and you don't even use it on yourself. You see Mirage hasn't bought healing right and you just buy it for your teammate. I think honestly that's your play. And then when you get Rejuvenating Aura, you can heal yourself and Mirage to like top them off and then get yourself like to what, 80% HP. But it's not necessarily better. Like if you don't like your teammate or you don't want to play for your teammate, I understand not going for it, but buying Rejuvenating or buying healing right for your teammates can be very, very strong and very good. And we're playing really passive. I like this. Oh, you do? Perfect. That's perfect. I mean, yeah, that's great. That's what I was talking about. Only thing I would say is you could have done the item before, but I mean, it's great to see it coming out from you later. Yeah, we're using our pings. Wait, there's a You're Welcome ping? I need to bind that. Wait, I actually have not known there's a You're Welcome ping. Okay, yeah, good ping Paradox roaming. We're 3 minutes now, so boxes are spawning. We need to keep that in mind. Like did we farm our small camp and I missed that, or is it just not showing on the map? Oh, I guess perfect, we farmed it. I think your Mirage farmed it. That's great. Yeah, he's up on souls a little. Okay, so you're playing great. This is good. Also, I do think you are pretty high elo player. Like I know you said you thought your ranking was a little off, but I do think you're like, I mean, I do think you're at the very least a Phantom, probably an Ascendant player. Maybe like a lower part of Ascendant, but I still think if you play like an Ascendant player, your aim's good. Like there are a couple things I'm noticing, but you are playing pretty good. Oh, that Krill has a good play. Honestly, we could punish him for that a little more. I mean, our kick is kind of always on cooldown, which is unfortunate. Oh, he reads with the parry. That sucks. I mean, wait, does he read you or does he predict you? Well, I think that was a reaction, but I mean, that sucks. That is a little overzealous of a melee, but I mean, I get getting parried. Do you get out? Okay. You get out. That's good. Your Mirage is still fighting? I don't know why he didn't just walk out, but he chose to shoot as he's walking out. I guess because Paradox is slow. That's unfortunate. I mean, obviously, I would say you should, like, now, okay, this is something I think is kind of important. Is like the first parry, it's like fool me once, shame on you, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? The first parry, like I get getting hit by that. You like underestimate the guy. You're like, hey, this guy isn't gonna like parry immediately. But I shouldn't see you going for more heavy melees on this Krill like early, because we know he is like anticipating melees on you because you were meleeing a lot early, and we know he's ready to parry. So we shouldn't be heavy meleeing him unless we're like the next. If I were you, I would try heavy melee him and I would like fake out and see if he parries to kind of see like, hey, did you get lucky or are you a good player? If you fake out, then you get a lot of damage on him. If not, it's not too big a deal. I mean, obviously you waste a second, but I'm not saying like fake out in like a life or death situation. Just fake out in a normal fight and you aren't risking too much. Secondly, I would say with that is we have heavy meleeed a lot. Like rolling in here at the very start of the game, heavy meleeing, and then I think we heavy meleeed somewhere on stairs again too. It's like, it's good, but as you get up in elo, people are going to parry a lot more, and we are like right there getting punished and using it a little crutching with it. But like I said, I don't really mind underestimating the Moan Krill and like triple meleeing him here. I just think if we keep going for melees on him, that's bad. Or if I don't see like a fake out melee on your part, that's starting to get pretty sloppy. Doing a good job farming. Minor thing. I don't, but like, I think the Mirage got the melee, but still, like, the second we see him going for the melee, we should probably, stop hitting. It's a bad wall on her part. I like trying to punish her for wasting her wall. Do take a decent chunk, though. I guess your Mirage isn't really with you, but I like that. We see she kind of, like, ins her walls, so we go a little aggressive, try to get a kick. I mean, at this point, we do got to keep in mind, like, they are pretty ahead. Very dominantly ahead, actually. I guess off that one kill, and then they might have farmed a little more. Maybe they did box runs or something. I haven't really been watching them. Which, depending, actually, I'm going to talk to you about this. I've talked about box runs a lot, but it's just kind of like an, what the hell is happening with that replay glitch? But it's just kind of an off note, because for most people, like, boxes aren't, like, they're important, but, like, I don't really expect it out of them. But if you're an Ascendant elo, you need, like, once you shove wave, let's see if there's a chance where you shove wave where I can explain it, but you need to be doing box runs. Like, even here. Oh, no, your wave's walking in. Never mind, not here. But, like, once you get wave under tower, I'm just going to demonstrate now in case the opportunity doesn't present itself. I've demonstrated this route in, like, all my past 2 videos, but for you, it is extremely important. You need to be coming down, getting these boxes. Yeah, melee, 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 you're back, right? That's one box route. Second box route, you come over here. Come over here. Melee this. Come over here. Melee these. Come over here. Melee this. You can even, I think there's 2 right here, right? Yeah, you can even grab these 2. Then you consider, if because you're a Dynamo, I would say this route is really good for you, because also Dynamo likes ganking. I guess kind of when he has his ult, but Dynamo is a good ganker with ult because he's a support, right? Let's say you melee these, and then you can decide if you want to gank. If not, if he's shoved in like this, you just walk back, melee this. But this route you will tend to lose minions for, unless you've like killed them both and shoved wave under tower. Then I tend to do that route, or if I want to gank. But at this point, like, we are pretty I guess it's not that significant. I mean, yeah, with your Mirage being down, it's like a 0.5 gap, like, on, or 500 soul gap. It's pretty significant. So right now, we need to be aware that Paradox just got her ult, and we need to be playing really passive. And then secondly, we need to be trying to get, like, boxes more. I think our camps have been fine. Like, we got the small camp when it spawned. But we are kind of sleeping on boxes since we're not roaming, which like I said, I don't mind not roaming on Dynamo pre-ult, but I think once we get ult, we should be a little more roamy. She walled. We know she has ult. You should not walk up here until this wall drops. You should just be expecting she wants to, like, carbine. She's placing that wall because she wants to carbine ult you, and you should just be, like, tucking right here. Like, right here, I mean, you kind of see her walking off, but I'd say even this is a little troll, because if she, like, hits an ult on you, you're dead right now with this wall here. And especially because the second this wall drops, like, now you can punish her. I mean, they are pretty ahead, although that wave you did kind of catch up. It's not as major as I thought. But I would say, like, now she has like 20 seconds where I mean, even her ult isn't as good because she can't put you through a wall. We're buying, this is good. Hollow point, high velocity, I like that. Extra charge, I like that. Minor note is we do get extra charge a little late, but I mean, that is kind of build preference. I feel like the way you play, sorry, I'm pausing a lot, you really like going in for those kicks. I would say just for you, it might be pretty beneficial to get extra charge earlier, because I feel like there's a lot of times where you go in and this is like, it's a great opportunity to kick, and then it's just on cooldown. So I would say you might want to start building extra charge a little earlier. Yeah, she gets a shot on you. It's unlucky. Probably shouldn't be peeking her there, but honestly, I didn't really hear it either. I mean, this is kind of an opportunity I was just talking about, where we did push and wave there, and instead of coming up and sieging, we should be doing one of those box routes. Or I think medium camp is spot by now, right? Yeah. Or we should be, like, farming this medium camp instead, because we're not really going to get much here. Like, I have a feeling, yeah, I mean, we put our quantum entanglement on cooldown, we get a little poke, not much. Like, right now, we still have this window where we could, and we die for it too, which I'm not gonna, that sucks. I'm not gonna blame you for dying for that instead, but it's just like, instead of being in this fight and kind of a losing fight where they're very ahead, you could be farming boxes and just trying to get back into this game. But, I mean, I don't, getting hit by Paradox ult is just, I'm not gonna blame you for that, and Krill ulted too. It's just kind of unfortunate. I do like using your ping system a lot. I like people who ping a lot. It's really nice, especially, like, I mean, obviously I can't hear people are talking in game, but if you're not talking in game, use the ping system. I personally tend to use the ping system a lot. I mean, okay, if I'm you right now, I push in another wave and then I go to a camp. Oh, I guess they're actually kind of close. I still think with Mirage, we should probably ping Krill missing, although I guess he doesn't have ults, but I mean, I fuck up on pinging all the time. Honestly, I don't think you probably took one more tick if you don't jump away. I guess you, she's pretty close to ult. I think you were afraid of ult. Never mind, that's fine. If you're afraid of ult, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's a good quantum, because I think you just thought she had ult. She's, I guess Mirage is TB'd away at this point. What we do, I mean, again, we're just kind of getting... Oh, and then we get jumped. Wow, you're already... Oh, yeah. Jeez. That sucks. I mean, your Mirage TB'd away without calming, unless he said anything in voice chat, but since he used pings like thanks, I don't think he is calming. So that is kind of unlucky, but we do need to have a little awareness to the fact that our Mirage, like, is not in lane with us, right? Or just, like constantly trying to be like, hey, where's our Mirage? I think, yeah, he did ult, so it is kind of like, he just kind of spirits. Is he gonna die for this? These shots are bad on his part, yeah. Being zoned from tower. Yep, Krill ulted, yeah, that's pretty, oh, I think he dies though, right? Yeah, okay, that's pretty bad on his part. Yeah, like at this point also, when this guy's like, oh, or 1-4, I mean, I guess you're also 1-4, but watching his gameplay, it's kind of, you know, interesting. I would say we just need to be like, hey, like, we don't care what this guy does. If he plays aggressive, like, we just need to play passive. Like, just, there's a kind of term I always kind of say to myself when I notice myself playing, like, aggressive with a teammate who wants to die, which is just let the idiot die. I think you want to path through bridge buffs. I think that's why he walks to the left. Bridge buffs are lasting a long time. Okay, left bridge buff is taken. Right bridge buff. Oh, that's unfortunate. You don't, walking back in there is bad. I was going to say you don't die, but you need to walk out. You could get swapped right now. You don't. It's on cooldown. But I don't think you're respecting at all how behind you are compared to this Crow and Paradox. Because even if Paradox is not there, Crow could just turn on you, burst you, ult you. I had a game that I reviewed myself. One of the, I can't remember what it's called, like early game mistakes as a Mirage. And I also did the exact same thing where I just wasn't respecting Krill at all. And I kept getting punished. Because he had a ton of burst. Like, let's see, he has... Yeah, he's built a lot of spirit items. You're playing aggressive. You should back off. I don't think you're gonna walk past this, but like you shouldn't be walking past this these stairs. You shouldn't be walking past stairs, which is good. You're backing off now. You should be doing camps. This isn't a bad reset if you want to roam. I would say, I mean, I guess if you want to buy 2 tier 2 items, you're going to reset. But you are close to a tier 3. You buy Mystic Shot and Enchantress Barrier. That's good this game. But again, this is autopilot, I'd say. Like, if we're going straight back to this lane, then why did we reset? You know what I mean? I think we were relatively healthy, right? So why did I just jump to Lash? Oh, I can't see your actual max HP, but I think you're pretty healthy. Let's see if you're regenerating. No, you're not regenerating. So you're coming back full HP. I would say that there is pretty much no point in resetting right there. What we should be doing is if we want more, like, I mean, I think the play is to do like the camps in here first. I forget what it's called, but it's like do lottery, do like this medium camp. If you like to get a couple of souls, and then we should be buying, since we're full HP, you can do this camp too, we should just be buying in secret shop. Like, resetting takes so much time since we're coming back to our lane. If you reset and then went to gank, it'd be like, okay, I understand the reset. But since you're just resetting and like bouncing back to your lane, it is much better to just like buy from secret shop. And also you can farm camps in the time you were resetting. So it's just, you know, some lost time that you didn't need to lose. You're back. Okay, you did switch ropes to grab this. But secret shop also you could have walked here. So again, I would say utilizing secret shop is very important. I mean, we are playing like, I mean, we're sieging, but like, you have no teammates around. Like, say the Shiv isn't here, and like this guy's still up on you. Like, we are very behind, and we're not playing like we are. Like, even shooting these guys. Yeah, you're backing off now, but like we have no teammates with us. We're like super behind. But yeah, I mean, we get Viscous Chase a little. Like, we don't die, but it's also like, what are you? I mean, you get this wave, but like pushing that aggressively, you're never gonna get tower. Like, you just kind of are wasting, like, I'm noticing you're wasting a lot of time where you could be farming, or could be taking neutrals. Like, right now, okay, now I understand sieging. Like, we see, like, this big fight happening here. Our Viscous is probably rotating to it, Shiv too. I understand sieging now. It looks like you're trying to get to that fight, which I would say the better play is to split. You are a Dynamo, so I understand you want to singularity the fight. But I don't think you're going to make it to this fight in time. We'll see. I could be incorrect if it lasts a long time. But more likely than not, the fight will be over before you even get there. Viscous didn't leave, so you couldn't have sieged. So I guess he didn't lose that much. I mean, you're headed here, I assume. Yeah. Yep, ping. Good job. Pings. I mean, like at this point, our whole team's dead. We're trying to 1v1 Paradox. Like, this is bad. No, she walks away. Okay, I guess our team's here. That wasn't that bad, but it's like most of our team is dead. Editing Midnight Hero basically was trying to say that in the time you spent to rotate from the dual lane to the solo lane on the other side of the map, you just wasted a lot of time, which you could have been farming or splitting and just trying to get your team some value. Well, you really, most of the time, you're not going to make it to that fight in time. Although I do see, I think this is an immediate death, so I'm scared as to what's going to happen here. We're with our team. We get Walker. I mean, yeah, they got that urn. Like, game's starting to fall from us. I think giving that urn was really bad. Like, we have urn in our base. We need to, like I said, we need to just be boosting back and trying to fight for it. Especially because, like, you're a Dynamo. If you get a good Singularity, you're like, it's great. You're chilling. But I haven't. I don't think we've used Singularity once this game. Good deny. Poking Krill, you Vindicta here. Playing aggressive. I like this fight. I mean, I don't know. Like, we don't see a lot of them, but we do Vindicta. I think, okay, we see Shiv now. Yeah, they are starting to rotate. I think it is a little aggressive. And now, like, with no information, now that's unlucky. Needs to, yeah. Good ult, but Vindicta is just running away. I mean, that was a good ult. You did a lot to him, damn. But that's kind of a thing where, like, okay, like, I like this fight normally where we're 2 against the Krill. Even chasing this far, I would say we don't pass the bridge, but you didn't. You just went on top of the bridge. I would say that's good. But the fact that we don't see a single one of them makes it kind of rough. But I don't think, I mean, I think it was a bad fight, but I don't think it was, like, I think what you did was fine. I just think we need to be a little more aware that we don't know any of them are and maybe play that fight a bit more slowly and then decide if we want to take it when we get a little more information. We're gonna get, yeah, we get Paradox. That, oh, she misses her wall. Like, Quantum, we're okay. Looks like you're fine. This is aggressive though. Like, you get out, you just need to leave. Again, she's 6k up on you. You just need to get out. Like, taking this fight is bad. You got lucky. She missed her wall. Just take it for a blessing and you do a lot of damage. Just take it for a blessing and leave. What the fuck? Okay, well, I mean, you got her, but that was you shouldn't have. That's the type of thing where it's like, yes, you got rewarded, but you got rewarded because they played like shit. I mean, you did fight pretty well. The kicks are really good. You knew she had wasted wall. She don't have extra charge. I'm surprised she's not buying extra charge. But I would say, like, I mean, aside from them rotating in, like, that fight, basically, like, I mean, I'm sure you know this. You're, like I said, you're pretty high ranked. But in MOBAs, like, the main way you win a game is just don't take unfavorable fights. And, like, that fight, you were down 6k fighting this Paradox. Like, yes, she had no, like, you both had no ult. And yes, she had no ball, but I feel like, I mean, you're down 6k. You should not have won that fight fundamentally. I guess, I mean, you played, don't get me wrong, you played mechanically a lot better. But that's just, like, unfortunate. Just don't, you should, like, take that as a blessing when she misses the wall and just walk the fuck away. So a little more map awareness. I'd say you definitely struggle with knowing where your teammate is, or teammates are. And then also a little, just like, not like you have a little bit of an ego, which I don't think is a bad thing normally, but since you're in pretty high elo, I would say, like, you're kind of at the point where having a giant ego tends to, like, get diminishing returns more and more, to the point where it can be bad. Because I recommend for, like, people who are in, like, Archon or whatever to have an ego, because I think it's good to take fights like that. And I mean, like I said, you won it. But I think at this point, like, you're down a lot, you're a Dynamo, play, like, you know, try to farm a little, try to play for your ult. You're only playing around your team with your ult once it's up. You also don't know what, I mean, I guess you're kick maxing into heal maxing. Yeah, it's pretty normal, I think. I'm not a like I said, when I do Dynamo, I do, like, hyper support, so I heal max normally. Just because I like doing practice on support. I think it gets my fundamentals of where people are in a team fight a lot better. Or, like, trains them very well, especially if you build risky beam. Anyway, sorry, random tangent. We're respecting, we respected the Viscous there. I mean, our Lash was here, but I do like that we respected the Viscous. We didn't play too aggressive. We knew there could have been more, and also he can always, like, ball out if you go in on him. I like that we respected that. We're also sitting on a decent amount. Sitting on 4k right now. I would say, I mean, I guess you could be saving for a refresher, but I kind of doubt it. We'll see, I guess. feel like this is a pretty early time for refresher. Yeah, you have rapid recharge. That's good. It's good. I do like your build though of like kind of mid game hyper kick dynamo, because obviously barriers are very mid game oriented because they fall off pretty hard late. Not hard, but they're definitely a lot worse. Like at post, I don't know, 30 minutes, and having a lot of resist. We have a good shot at getting goo. We should be more respecting. I like it. I mean, we shouldn't be throwing ourselves into this fight though, because we have all. I like yeah, I mean, sorry, this is just kind of a fight where I don't blame you for kind of, that sucks. Damn, that sucks. No, you just couldn't see anyone in that fight. That is just like, I don't blame you for being lost in that team fight. Like, that was just everywhere you looked, they just weren't there and they jumped you. I don't know. I think, I guess you could say, it's kind of hard for me to critique that because I probably would have played the same. But I think, like, speaking kind of more objectively, not to what I would do, because I was saying you should jump in the fight because we didn't think there was as many there, which, I mean, honestly, I think I think if I say anything else, I'm retrospect reviewing, but maybe if you want to, like, try to make anything off of that or take any advice from that, I would say, like, I mean, I guess I made the wrong call of jump down, which we both did, and you just need to stay up here and look for a dynamo ult. But also it sucks that the second you went down and looked up is when he jumped out, because you could have reacted with your 2 if you had been looking down. But that sucks that they were just like all in there. I think that's really unlucky where you just got like completely lost in a team fight and it's not really your fault. It's just the way they happen to be moving like really just fucked you over. Hey, we're going towards this fight. I like this. We have singularity. Should be W king fights when we have singularity up. Again, I mean, we're reloading for 3 bullets again. Like this reload is not really, like, there's no real point in reloading for 3 bullets. Especially like when we're close to this aggressive fight. Well, this is good. I mean, I like this. We're respecting. I mean, we maybe got a little aggressive on Paradox. She could have swapped, but I mean, I think it would have been trade, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay. Little, I don't know, we're looking at some like minimap where we're moving. Bridge buffs are up. One thing I will say is normally because honestly, like in my elo, I'm not even that. I'm decently okay at noticing bridge buffs. When I'm bot reviewing, I'm very bad at seeing them. So I kind of don't mention them as much as I should. But if you are an Ascendant player and are actually in Ascendant, you should, like, you're right, I don't think this game is Ascendant because these bridge buffs should be like gone, not instantly, but like they shouldn't last more than like 30 seconds, which we're 40 seconds deep with them being spawned at this point. But you should really be playing for bridge buffs. Like, it's very important to be grabbing these, fighting for these, and just giving yourself that advantage. If you don't know, they're worth like a 3k item. So it's having both of them is like 6k. You're also depriving the enemy team of them, which can be like a 12k deficit. So it's pretty important. Now one gets grabbed at 50 seconds. Yeah, I would say this does look more like a phantom-ish lobby. I would maybe like, yeah, I would say this looks like, but also it's unrated. So like, I'm pretty sure my unrated MMR is something like, it's really bad. Like I played a game last night and I lost it because I was just like clowning, but it's really bad. Sorry. Anyway, distraction. So yeah, you get. I mean, let's see. Sorry, I was kind of just talking about random shit that no one cares about. So let's get back here. Again, I mean, you don't have any teammates nearby and you're playing posturing. I guess this isn't that aggressive, but like, you're not really respecting at all. And then you just get like hard bursted. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, to be fair, your health just dipped off the planet, but there's 3 of them here. I would say that's really aggressive posturing for not having teammates nearby. Like walking up here, I would assume you're looking for the ult and that's why you're playing like this, but it is kind of just like oh sorry, Lash. Okay, Lash missed that, but it is just kind of like I mean, you are very punishable because you're squishy right now, even with barriers. Like they're so ahead. I would say also, okay, at this point in the game, I wasn't really looking at souls. You're down 40k. What you should be doing as a dynamo when they're sieging like that is you need, like, your team needs to be coordinated kind of to just like, hey, let's play in base, wait for them, and then the second they start sieging this walker, you jump out, you ult, or you even wait for them to break these 2 guardians. You let them walk in and then you look for an ult. But I think you need to be playing on this bridge and looking to jump down an ult. You need, because of how behind you are and your team is, for one, the only way you really turn this game is with a good lash ult or a good dynamo ult, and for 2, the only way you really get a good dynamo ult, because you're so squishy right now, is by playing with verticality. So at mid, you know, you could play on mid, like I said, which in the retrospect, it would have been better to play on top of mid. Or right now, you could be playing on top of this bridge and just like waiting for them to push in. Also, because this is a really good funnel point for Dynamo ult. And if they are going to continue pushing like this and you're just like hiding up here, shooting from here, wherever, you are going to get a good ult here. Unless they play like really well. So I'd say at this point in being behind, you need to just be playing like passive and trying to use verticality for your ult. As far as your notes go, I feel like there's a lot of smaller things that I had written down, just because I think your higher rank, the things I'm going to notice, and just the improvements you made are gradually going to be more and more micro instead of macro. But we're going to start with in laning. There was just a lot of like what I call, or I think what a lot of people call COD reloading, which is just you reloaded for one bullet when you were chasing that krill. And there's a lot of times you just reloaded for a couple bullets, and it just wasn't really worth it. Secondly, this is just an idea, but the way you play with your dash, I think it'd be better for you to buy extra charge earlier, or not your dash, sorry, your kick. You love kicking, you love rolling in to kick, so I think if you get extra charge earlier, you might like it more. Baiting melees, I want to see, you're at a point in elo where people are really starting to use their parry, so I want to see you doing fake out melees, where you melee at them and then you turn to the side at the last second to try to bait out their parry. You can also do this to fish, like kind of, I would say the first melee you do in a game, sure, do a normal melee, but then after that, after you've meleeed the person once, you should start be doing like fake out melees to see, hey, are they reacting with parries? And also if they are, then you can get a huge punish, because you love using melees. So I would say either start using baiting melees or stop, like don't use them as much unless the other person's obviously facing away. Lastly, for laning, I would say, there was that one time where your Mirage TP'd out and then you just kind of got cut out. There were a lot of times you just weren't really aware where your teammates were. You didn't have much map awareness. I think your aim was pretty insane and your mechanics were pretty insane. So I think the reason you're at this elo is because you have very strong mechanics, but your macro could definitely use some work, and especially just knowing where your teammates are and not getting caught out with no teammates around. For the mid to late game, I would say a lot more respecting the soul difference. Like you got pretty far down and you still were playing like you were comparable or ahead, especially against the Paradox. There were so many times you just kind of took ego duels and then she would just ult you and kill you, or a team would be around, which, again, teammate awareness, there are a lot of times you took ego duels with her with no teammates around. And then there were just a lot of times where you just fought her like you could fight her, but you were very down in souls. So I'd say a little more awareness to being down in souls, and I should see you in jungle more or roaming more or ganking more or whatever, just to get those souls back. And also, since you're Dynamo, you should be really playing for that ult and using it more, because honestly, like, I know Dynamo ult is kind of, it's very important, but I do see a lot of Dynamos even solo ult people. Like if you have a kill, especially in laning stage, just solo ult them, like just to secure the kill. It's not bad. And I would say I think you only used I think I only saw you ult twice that entire game, which is, as Dynamo, obviously this is the biggest and most important part of his kit. You're playing kick Dynamo, so you are a little less ult oriented. Like you didn't go refresher. I don't know if you will that later or not, but we should be seeing you use your ult more, especially in team fights. Next, you went to Secret Shop a lot, so this isn't really necessarily use Secret Shop, but there just were a couple times where I think you just kind of autopilot reset instead of going to shop or instead of farming, where you were full HP and you just went to base to buy, which I feel like could have been cleaned up. Like I said, I did see you use Secret Shop a decent amount after I wrote this down, so I don't think use Secret Shop is quite the right phrasing, but there just were a couple times where you reset when you really shouldn't have. And then lastly, your positioning. I feel like there were just a lot of times, especially that ending clip where you kind of just walked up to the enemies and then all three of them jumped you. The Shiv, Paradox, Wraith just jumped you. I would say you really need to work on your positioning, because there were a lot of times where you were just positioned very aggressive with no teammates around, or you were just positioned again like you were ahead in souls. I forget where the respectful difference. Like you were ahead in souls and you just kind of got like fox for it. Okay, that's the end of the notes, and I just want to say thank you so much for all the support on this. Like, I did not expect to have a switch to a Discord server already. It's kind of insane how much like people are wanting reviews, and just how much like I did this content for like 3 or 4 months and I got nowhere. Like the first video I released that was Deadlock coaching, it's like 1.4 1.5k views right now, and that has already topped my previous top video, and it was the first one I dropped. So I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I really like doing Deadlock content. I really like doing it. I really want to keep uploads daily, because I know there's a lot of people that want reviews. But like I said, I do have a lot going on in my life, so it might decrease, but I'm doing my best to keep uploads daily. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you want a VOD review, I mean, I said it in the intro, but join the Discord, all that. We're trying to get a community of like-minded people. I cannot be that active in the server. I just, like I said, I have a lot going on. I'm doing this channel, I have a full-time job, I'm in like a long-term relationship, so I have a lot that's just like takes time. So I'm not really that active in the server, but it's for getting people together, it's for doing raffles, and it would mean a lot if you joined and showed them support. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep it real.